Dear students, I welcome all of you in the another session of transportation engineering. So we have learned about certain basics of highway development and planning. Now we have to move ahead, we have to move forward, and now in this topic, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss certain highway planning related things in which we are going to cover that which kind of strategy is formulated whenever a design and construction of highway is taken. This is also one of the most important as well as interesting topics, and along with the importance and interest, this topic carries utmost weightage as far as the practical scenario or practical knowledge of the highway designing is concerned. So what we are going to cover in this topic is we are going to cover the planning and alignment surveys. See, whenever we hear the word planning, the first thing that comes in our mind is that particular kind of timetable that we used to make in our school days or still in our engineering days, which is never being followed. Mostly it is not followed. Some of us can follow the timetable, but most of us are not able to follow that timetable. But still we prepare timetable in each semester, and we always determine that okay, from next semester I will study very thoroughly, and that next semester never ever occurs. That has happened to all of us, even with me also. But what I'm trying to convey is that planning makes everything perfect. If planning is there, then the chances of failures are reduced. It is not that the failures will not be there, but the chances of failures are reduced. So we are discussing about the highway planning, and whenever we are discussing about the highway planning, so whenever we are discussing about highway planning, the first thing is about highway planning surveys. So the highway planning surveys are divided into two phases. If I have to design a highway, what should I do in the initial stage is I have to assess the total road length that is going to be implemented on the surface. So the first phase is about assessment of road length, which is required for the district, state or country or any kind of area. And the another phase is about the preparation of master plan. Once the road length is decided, the master plan is prepared in which various phases are included based on the kind of annual planning or 5 year planning. So these are two main phases of highway planning surveys. First is about the assessment of road length which is required for the area, and second is about the preparation of master plan. Out of these two phases, what we are going to discuss is we are going to discuss the first phase in detail, as this is the initial stage of transportation engineering. I will also share certain glimpses of preparation of master plans which are being used on field right now. So let us start the session. Okay. The word that is being represented on the slide is DPR. I will discuss this thing in detail, but before that, we have to cover the first phase, that is about assessment of road length, which is required for the area. Now, how to assess the total road length? To assess the total road length required, field surveys are required to be done. We need to conduct field surveys in order to collect various kind of data. Which kind of data are collected, that we are going to discuss after few minutes. But keep one thing in your mind, that field surveys are required in order to conduct the assessment or in order to calculate the assessment of road length. These field surveys are also called as fact finding surveys. Why fact finding surveys? Because while covering or while conducting this field surveys, will come to know various kind of facts about the stretch, about the area that we are on which we are going to construct or design a highway. We'll cover various details that are facts. So these details are called as factual details, and these details are collected with the help of this survey. So it is called as factual field surveys. They are, they are used to collect the actual data and these data are collected through various kind of surveys, and these surveys are called as field surveys. Now, data which are going to be collected through this field surveys are divided into four parts. First is called as economic studies or economic surveys, second is called as financial survey, third is called as traffic or road survey or studies, and fourth is called as engineering studies. So four kind of segmentation or segregation of the phases are there: economic, financial, traffic or road, and engineering. Now, how this data are used in order to plan the highway or design the highway? So let me tell you that before the execution of any highway construction, one report is prepared. That report is called as DPR. If you learn this subject thoroughly and if you are getting that much interest in this subject, then after completing your bachelor's, you may go to pursue your master's in transportation engineering, and you may also go directly to the employers to get the job after bachelor's in any of the transportation consultancies. Whether you join fieldwork or whether you join office work as a transportation engineer, you will have to come across the document that is called as DPR. The full form of this DPR is just detailed project report. It is also called as detailed project report. It is also called as detailed project report. Now, some of you might wonder that another word that is also known as DPR, that full form is daily progress report. So in our case, whenever we are discussing about the transportation engineering, the DPR stands for detailed project report. This DPR or detailed project report is divided into four major chapters: economic study, financial studies, traffic or road studies, and engineering studies. Sometimes environmental studies are also there, socio-economic studies are also there, but these are also the studies which are being included in DPR. Now, DPR is the report which is prepared before the execution of the road, before designing the road, before construction of the road, so that it can be known that whether this project is feasible or not, whether as a government, if I am one of the chief engineers of road and building department, government of Gujarat, so this DPR will help me to understand that whether as a government employee, as a government representative, I should allocate my fund for the construction of this highway or not. So DPR is what I can say, it is one of the most important document, and these are the studies that are required to be done. So what we are going to do, we are going to learn that which are the data that is required in order to prepare the economic study report, financial study chapter, traffic or road study chapter, and engineering study chapter. So let us learn all these things one by one. So let us learn all the studies. First is about the economic studies. Okay, as the name suggests, this economic studies is very useful because the details that are going to be collected in economic studies are useful for the estimation of the economics that are going to be included in the highway designing. So there is a basic difference between economics and finance that I am going to narrate also, so that you cannot get confused over that. Let us learn that what are the details that are to be collected. So there are many details that we need to collect in order to prepare this economic study part. First is about population data is collected. That the area where the highway execution is going to be done, what kind of population is there? So population data and the distribution of population also. So population distribution. With respect to village or district or any kind of town or the locality of area. So first thing we need to know that what is the population digit over here, what is the distribution of population, how the population is distributed among the area. Then we also have to collect the data of population growth trend. That means at which rate the population is growing in this particular area, so that we can plan the improvement, or we can plan what I can say the future development of the particular highway that we are going to construct. Then we also have to collect the data of agricultural growth and industrial growth. That which kind of industrial segment is here, whether any industries are there or not, which kind of industries are playing major role, agricultural sector is playing which role, how much people are engaged with the agricultural activities, which are the various kind of products that are being listed related to agricultural products or industrial products. Then we also have to collect the data of agricultural growth and industrial growth trend, that at which rate the agricultural sector is growing in this area, whether any growth is there, whether the growth is remarkable or not, whether the industries are increasing or growing or not, whether any industries are there or not. Then we also need to collect the data that which are the existing transportation facility, then which are the educational facility, which are the recreational facility, are there any kind of recreational units there or not. So this is how we have to collect various kind of data when we are discussing about the economic studies. See, here at any phase, no discussion of money is involved. So economic is all about people, growth of people, trend of people, participation of people. This is all about economic studies. Now the another is about financial studies. So this is all about economic studies. But one more thing that is remaining to mention is per capita income. That is also one of the part of economic studies. Now the another study is about the financial study. Now this financial study deals with the aspect of money, aspect of income. So it deals with the sources of income. Why? Because the sources of income, the fund mobility, all these things will play an important role. If the funds are not there, then there is no need of, or there is no use of construction of any kind of highways. So this financial studies are required in order to know, to get the information about the sources of income, mobility of the fund, etc. Now, which are the details that are required to be collected are, the first is about the sources of income. The second is about the estimated revenue, that once the highway is constructed, what kind of revenue will be generated, whether any kind of toll plaza would be there, whether any kind of toll fees would be there, taxes would be there. So estimated revenue in form of taxation or toll or anything. Then the third thing that we require to collect is about the living standard of people who are living in that particular area, that whether they will be able to afford this kind of taxations or tolls or not. Then which are the local sources of income, which are the future trends once this highway is developed, which are the future trends of development. These are the details that is required to be collected. So this is all about the financial study. Now then we need to conduct another study that is called as traffic or road study. So this is the most technical study. These studies are conducted over the whole area, over the selected route also, and the location also. So area, location and route are covered. What are the details that are being connected? First is the traffic volume count. That is also called as sometimes classified volume count, that which kind of vehicles are traveling on this road on daily basis. Then AADT data are also collected, annual average daily traffic data, that which kind of traffic trend is being observed on this particular stretch where we are going to construct our road, what kind of traffic flow pattern is there, then which are the mass transportation facilities available, then the future trends of traffic volume and growth, then what is the choice of mode, people are selecting which mode to travel from one place to another. These are the data that are going to be collected in the traffic studies. And the last study is about the engineering study. As the name suggests, various kind of engineering surveys are being conducted in the particular route where highway designing is going to take place. So it includes topographical survey or topographical data, then various kind of soil survey, then the location survey, then estimated future development of the area, then various kind of traffic studies, origin and destination studies, speed studies, volume studies, then accident studies. Don't worry, you will learn all these studies in the segment of traffic engineering. Just learn the concept with the help of name, that soil survey means which kind of soil is there, which kind of location is there, which kind of topography or terrain condition is there, whether the terrain is plain, it is rolling, mountainous or steep, which kind of accident data is there, whether the stretch is accident prone zone or not, whether more accidents take place or not, which are the issues which are related with drainage, then what I can say, construction issues, maintenance issues that can occur in the future. So this is all about four studies: engineering, traffic or road, financial and economic. And together all these chapters will combine and prepare a detailed project. So this was all about the first session of this particular thing.